Just thinking of this, they're probably too crowded right now. A little crowded.
Hi, Uncle Paul.
Okay, we gotta do this.
Oh, I think there's a lot.
No, your camera you have.
Just taking pictures. Remember the email? You got
No, they're not. One brother's in the Philippines and one's in Amherst, so I'm representing that generation. Yes.
I'm Eric.
Hi, Eric.
I just offered a I'm Doris.
It was difficult.
Doris.
Congratulations.
We're looking for Paul Rosenblum.
Right here.
Oh, here he is.
My wife called me.
Sid, where's Sid? Sorry.
Can we get your attention? Doris's daughter, Beth, will start us off.
Do I press?
No, it's all pressed in. Just speak right in it.
I just saw you on
I didn't inherit the skill of extemporaneous. I didn't inherit the skill of extemporaneous speaking, so I need to speak from notes. So I apologize. This is a momentous and proud week for me and my entire family. First, my dad made his national television debut on PBS Tuesday night. In a documentary film about the Bronx housing cooperative he grew up in. Just when I thought it couldn't get any better than that. Now, on May Day, no less, we have this amazing street naming ceremony to honor my mother, Doris Rosenblum. My mother loved her work and her satisfaction in walking around the neighborhood and seeing the many accomplishments she had a hand in creating filled her with enormous pride. Her work was inspired by her commitment to fairness and equality, and although she did not shun the spotlight, it wasn't the reason why she did the work that she did. She loved helping people and making the community she took so much pride in a better place for us all to live in. We will forever remember her boundless energy, her unflinching persistence and fierce spirit, the qualities that allowed her to be a champion organizer and community leader. My family is deeply honored by this unique tribute to my mother, and we hope it will be a reminder to all of the hard-working activists who do battle day after day, who do not seek recognition and rarely receive publicity. A reward such as this may inspire others to follow in her footsteps, and her memory continues to inspire me each and every day. Thank you for the strong community who made this happen.
Thank you, Beth.
Unaccustomed as I am, to public speaking. What am I doing?
Just speak right into your mouth.
Don't have to press.
It's right next to your mouth.
Oh,
As close as
okay.
possible.
Yeah.
Unaccustomed as I am to public speaking because I was married to a public speaker.
There you go.
This day, I have to remember, I want us all to remember that in 1961, our present president was elected, and part of the accomplishments he wanted the people of America to know was that he was a community organizer. We're honoring today Doris Rosenblum, who was a community organizer before he was born. And when I first met her, it's now in when we moved to the West Side, she had already been organizing about 15 years before I ever met her. And once she came to the West Side and she found her milieu here, I remembered this about living with a community organizer. Doris approximately went to about 10 meetings a day in all kinds of places. And that comes out to 50 meetings a week. 50 weeks a year comes out to 2,500. I was married to her for 40 years. That comes out to 100,000 meetings that Doris went to. And all of those meetings were where she knew that she wanted to organize people to help them and to help make our community a much better one. There are places that she accomplished here, and I just mentioned the West Side High School that she helped to found, the West Side Community Gardens, Strikers Bay Neighborhood Council, and Strikers Bay Apartments, where I've lived happily for almost 42 years. The one message that I have from her for all of us is that we just have to be able to realize that we can realize all our dreams if we organize. And she showed us the way. And I'm happy that we'll have this sign up here that every time we look at it, we will remember that if we organize, 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 and that means a lot of meetings of a lot of people, that we will accomplish the kinds of goals of happiness and equality and justice that we are all want. Thank you very much.
Congressman Nadler.
Thank you very much. I got active in this neighborhood in about 1968, and one of the first community activists I met then was Doris Rosenblum. And you know, we talk about community activism and the West Side High School, which came later, and Strikers Bay Apartments, which came about that time, and of course Strikers Bay Neighborhood Council. Doris was one of the leaders, not only in everything going on in the community and the schools, but in trying to make sure that as this community was completely remade, and look at all these buildings stretching up and down Columbus Avenue, they all date from the 60s and 70s, a few of them later, and the whole community was bulldozed to make way for these. Doris is one of the leaders who kept in front of everybody, you can't simply kick people out. This neighborhood has to be a home for low income as well as high income and middle income individuals. And there were fights about that. There were tremendous fights. Some of you, many of the people here I'm sure will remember. And Doris was always the leader and the conscience of the community. And so we must thank her for that. And to the extent that this neighborhood is still somewhat integrated, we must thank her for that. And it's well that we remember her.